my family, my grandmother was the start of the stolen generation in my family. My grandmother was taken from, so it's my great grandmother, and she was fostered, and she never ever saw her Aboriginal family again. My mother went through the whole of her life with no birth certificate because my grandmother was scared to register her because she would have been taken away as soon as the government had seen or the officials had seen that birth certificate. They would have been taken straight away. The main reason that I did investigate my family heritage was not really for me. I really owe it to my mother, grandmother, great grandmother, and for back in time, I owe it to those people to really get to the bottom of it and to make sure that our culture and our culture just continues on. From the beginning of time, our blood, I want to make it cry, but yeah, our blood goes back to the beginning of time, uninterrupted. It's just all the way back.
The Native Welfare Department practices of taking Aboriginal children away from their families to be brought up on mission still impacts Aboriginal people today. The impact of the stolen generation does not stop with the children removed. It is inherited by their own children and continued through generations. Most of the problems for Aboriginal people stem from generations of oppression and have resulted in fear of the system and mistrust of authority. Many Indigenous peoples struggle to operate successfully in the world, leading to low educational achievement, unemployment and poverty. This in turn causes them emotional distress, leading some to violence, self-harm and antisocial behaviour. Aboriginal people are also affected by the lost sense of belonging and not knowing who they are or where they come from. On the 13th of February 2008, Kevin Rudd, on behalf of himself as the Prime Minister of Australia and on behalf of the government, said sorry for the wrongs done to the stolen generation. This was the first official apology from the government since the stolen generation happened. Even though the apology had a positive response from the Indigenous people of Australia, it was only 1/5 of one recommendation from the total of 54 recommendations included in the Bringing Them Home report. The Bringing Them Home report was published in 1997. It was a tribute to the strength and struggles of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people affected by the forcible removal.
To the stolen generations, I say the following. As Prime Minister of Australia, I am sorry. On behalf of the Government of Australia, I am sorry. On behalf of the Parliament of Australia, I am sorry. And I offer you this apology without qualification. We apologise for the hurt, the pain and suffering we, the Parliament, have caused you by the laws that previous parliaments have enacted. We apologise for the indignity, the degradation and the humiliation these laws embodied. We offer this apology to the mothers, the fathers, the brothers, the sisters, the families and the communities whose lives were ripped apart by the actions of successive governments under successive parliaments. So let us turn this page together, Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians, government and opposition, Commonwealth and state, and write this new chapter in our nation's story together.